Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's fit and well on this fine morning. First day of 2024, January the 1st. I'd like to wish all the viewers out there, all growers, all my friends, family, and everyone out there a beautiful, happy new year and a healthy new year. I hope peace comes to everyone. I'm going to do a little, it's 3 weeks since I've done a post. If you remember the last time we had snow. It's quite cool out. It's not frosty. It's been windy. It's been raining and windy for the last few weeks now. For the last 3 weeks, to be honest with you. I've lost another polytunnel cover. It's a 50-foot polytunnel that's ripped, and I'm going to have to replace the cover. But never mind. That's the trials and tribulations that we have. I've had lots of questions, especially from newcomers. It's quite encouraging. Lots of people have been in touch over the last few weeks. Mainly asking about, how they get started, how they start growing. If they buy plants now, can they plant them straight outside? Well, I'm going to cover a fair bit for the newcomer to start with today. I will take a look around the greenhouse, but I will show, I'm going to talk to the newcomers as to actually what you do and what you get. First of all, people phoning up for onion plants to be sent through the post. Yes, I do send through the post. Problem being, you do need a heated greenhouse. You need a frost-free greenhouse, and if you're looking to grow really giant onions, you do need grow lights. I'll show you some grow lights, and I will cover that as well. I'll show you the plants that I do post out, but as I say, it's no good getting them and thinking you can just put them on a windowsill and grow them on, or even put them straight into a polytunnel. This type of onion will take a check, and it will either run to seed, it'll double centre or whatever, but you'll not get maximum growth that you're looking for, certainly the perfect yields. So you do need, if you can share a greenhouse with a friend, that's ideal, but you do need a warm greenhouse or a heated greenhouse. Leek plants, a lot of people have asked the same about leeks. Can I get leeks, and are these show leeks? Yes, they are show leeks. I do send through the post, people come and collect. But I'll show you again exactly, what we do. You do need a heated greenhouse again. Now, a lot of people have seen some tremendous plants on Facebook over the last few weeks. Some people have got really large ones. I'm going to show you the difference. I have a few large ones, but I also have quite a few small ones. There's no difference. I wouldn't have any preference over one to the other. Most newcomers want the biggest they can get. I'll tell you about the pitfalls of that as well. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll take a little look at what we're actually doing at the moment and where we're at. Right, I've put one light on out here just to show you, and I've got grow lights next door. So we'll cover the grow lights next door first. This is my grow cabinet. And this is, I would think it's 10 to 12 foot long and 4 foot deep. It's 4 foot high. And as you can see, I've got different lights in here, all different types of light. The far one is a metal halide 600 veg bulb. The middle one is the Sunti Agro, but it's the Sunmaster bulb, which is dual spectrum. It has slightly more red spectrum. The bottom one has more blue spectrum. And this is a twin bulb, Maxi Bright, producing 700 watt. So these are the two 600 watt and two bulbs in there producing 700 watts. Basically everything that I have gets 7 days on the lights in this cabinet. And just to give it a boost. Looking at the onions first. Obviously we set onions away. It takes approximately anything from 5 to 7 days for my onions to come through. They are on a heat bed, which helps. Out in a normal open greenhouse, not in a propagator, it can take anything up to 10 to 12 days for the onion seed to come through. But they germinate, and we say, when do we start pricking them off? Well, I don't like pricking them off too soon. I do like them past the crook stage, which these are just passing. I'll show you some at the crook stage at the other end of the greenhouse. So they're placing this grow cabinet in here at that size. They've been in about 3 days. These taller ones have been in 7 to 8 days, and that's the way I actually post the onions out. They're taken out of there, they're sent bare root, but they're approximately 6 to 8 inches tall when they're sent. So we can see the process there. If we leave them on the lights, these have been potted up and they've now been in here 2 weeks from exactly the same stage. And as you can see, they're a fair bit bigger, so the lights do increase growth tremendously. They are some very, very late set GSN2, still in cells, but they've come away beautiful. They're ready for potting now. And again, I've left those ones at the back in here. There's a few seedlings in there off the GSN2. I think I only got maybe 8. I didn't grow anything for seed this year. It was just a few seeds that as I was pulling the grass off, and I thought I may as well set them. There are a few 6 GSN2 plants at the back, just so I don't fall too far behind the front runners with the big leeks. They're still in 1 litre pots. I've got nothing beyond that at the present moment, but they're as thick as your little finger. So that's the lights in here. We have CO2 gas, which has a meter of a height, and you can see that hopefully. This is the inlet. Usually about every 5 to 10 minutes there's possibly a 5 or 6 second burst of CO2 into here to help keep plants looking good and healthy. You'll hear the noise, that's off fans. We have a fan coming in here which blows cold air in, and as you can see, the plants are actually moving there with the air that's been blown in. And then I have 2 fans up a height. They're large ones, and they are pulling hot air out of the top of the cabinet to try and keep it cool. And this cabinet's run at 60 degrees. So I hope that answers a few little questions there. Moving out into the main greenhouse, get out of the noise. There's a couple of onions I just pulled out last night. They've been in 2 weeks in the lights, potted on from the stage that you've seen what I said I would be posting, and they've grown on tremendously on the lights. And they'll not get much more light now, probably none. I've got a few outside. I've put the light on this morning just to show you, you know, what I'm talking about with lights. I've got a few seed onions which I'll show you, but I'm going to show you from the far end. Right, leek plants. These are the leek plants ready to be posted out the first week in July. And as we see, that's a young plant in a plug. I'll wash that soil off because I can't get 15 plants into an envelope if we leave the soil on. So they are rolled up in tissue and they're sent out like that. Nice young plants. I do have people who order and then they become impatient because they've ordered early. They think they should get them early. To be honest, you're better off not, because I don't put that lighting chamber on until the week before Christmas. So these have only been on the light a week, maybe 8 days. And as soon as they're ready, they come out here, and then, as I say, they are posted off from that stage. So that's the leeks. Moving along here, these are onions ready to post. These are onions that we've pricked off ready for collection. I've got this light on. These are the new LED lights. They're only run at 50% of the output at the moment. Let's see if I can show you that. That's 50%. We can step it up to 100, but I think 100's a little bit strong on these at the height I've got them from, and it does burn the tips on them. Right, these are some late set GSN2s, and they're not for sale. I'm keeping those. They're very small, not as thick as the lead of a pencil at the moment, but they will see me right through September to the later shows. Moving along, we've got some larger leeks. These have had the light treatment. Once they were potted, they had a week in the lights, and as you can see, they're pushed on to a fair size. They really should be potted up into 3 litre pots now, but I haven't the space until some plants go out. All the compost I'm using at the moment for seed setting, I am using the Clover Seed and Modular, and for potting on, I'm using the Clover Professional Pot Bedding at the moment. Once they move up into 3 litre pots, I will start using the gold bags, which is Clover Potting, and I will mix that with John Innes number 2 compost, but that's at a later date. I don't like to pot anything up in 3 litre before probably mid-January. Some nice onion pips coming away there. That's a slightly different way to grow your onions. There's some mid-size leeks here. Again, these have had no lights. Well, they had 7 days next door, but they were potted up a few weeks ago and they're growing away very nicely. Beautiful and clean, so I'm happy with everything. It's all growing very nicely at the moment. Moving down, we've got blanch leeks ready to post out. And leeks ready to be collected. And these are ready to be potted up into 1 litre pots. Right, I'm going to move around and show you the onions. We'll talk a little bit about onions. These are some of last year's onions, which have just been put back to seed. They've only been down maybe a week or so. As you can see, they're rooted there and they're actually popping through now. I'll show you the next stage from here. But I'm more than happy with these onions. There's another one just starting to pop through, but they've only been up 7 days, so I'm quite happy that they're popping through. Right, we've got some onions sown here. These ones have just been done. One of their peppers. These are onions here. They were sown on the 24th, so, well, actually, well, it's a week, and they're just starting to pop through there. Some just come through nicely. Some there. These are at the crook stage, but I think they're too young. They only have 1 taproot on at the moment, and if you try and prick those out, if you snap that root, you've lost your onion. So as you see, I let them get to this stage, and then they're put on the grow lights, and a week later you've already seen what they come out like. Right, so we've got those onions there for seed. I'm going to walk down. These are onions pricked out. They've just been done, just into 6 cells. There's some onions ready to be posted out. Some more leeks here. Just different varieties. As I say, I have a few larger leeks, but I certainly don't bank on the large ones. I will be putting small ones in like this. I'm certainly not worried about any, pushing things too big. Right, from the stage of the onions we've seen at the top end, these were all onions. The measurements were on 28 inches, 28 and a half, 27 and a half. They're all split down. They've been skinned to half the size they originally were. They're just starting to pop through. I may have to loosen the tops of these up. I don't like to see them get too fast and where they can't come through, but you can see they're just starting to show green shoots starting to come through. They're well rooted and they're in 3 litre pots as well. So they've been skinned down a little bit. Moving further on, this is what I do to all my onions, the stock plants. These are stripped right down to what we call a candle. These are the candles, which is the new growth that comes from the centre of the onion. Not many produce 1. I've got a few on the far side with 1 or 2. Let me just show you those over on the back window over there. They've all been stripped down. These have all been stripped down here. Just remove all the flesh off them because that will just slowly decay and it will affect the outcome of your onions. So I strip all mine down to just to the bare centre growths. From there they move down to the bottom greenhouse. I've got quite a few down there ready to go back to seed, and I would expect seed heads starting to pop out in these round about May time. That's the time I get my beehives in, and hopefully 50,000-60,000 bees will do the job in pollination. I always get large seed, and I always have good germination. Keep my fingers crossed. Well, that's the state of play, ladies and gents. We've had a quick look around the greenhouse. I'll do more posts as the season goes on. I hope I've cleared it up for the newcomers as to, just what you get, but what you also need. You don't need anything as professional as the lights that I've just shown you, but if you want to grow big onions, I would suggest some form of lighting. The new LEDs are pretty good, and certainly these Maxi Bright Pros are very good. You can get them at various sizes. This is the larger ones, and you can get 2 sizes down from these. Friends have got them, and their plants are growing very well. As for temperatures, this greenhouse is set around about 10 degrees, which is about 48 degrees Fahrenheit. It's never warm in here unless the sun comes out, but it's quite pleasant to be in the greenhouse. It feels warm when you come out from the cold. Lighting, that lighting cabinet next door is on 24/7, so it's on 24 hours a day. If I was taking them from there and wanted to continue growing large plants, I would put lights on for 12 hours a day out in the open greenhouse. But I can't afford to do that. So these lights are here if I want to boost something. At the moment, we've got a load of onions. Switch back round. These are all onions, and as you can see, the first ones that were pricked out a week ago, they're standing up nicely. These ones, they're rooted now, they're growing well, so they're going all right. For me, they don't need more lights. It's up to the individual once they've got those plants as to what they do with them. But that's it. Wishing everyone a happy new year. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I hope the weather's better for 2024 than it has been in 2023. It hasn't been a good year weather-wise. I lost a couple of tunnel skins last year. Obviously, I've lost another one in the last week. I had an old greenhouse that I was going to renew anyway. That's blown down with the weather we had a week ago. It saved me a job. Just need to tidy that up, and I'm going to put hoops on. And I'm actually going to put hoops on to build a place to seed the onions. So never mind, as the season progresses, I'm going to do a few visits. I've spoke with Frankie Charlton. We're going to go down, have a look at his exhibition daffodils that he's growing. We'll take a look at these chrysanthemum cuttings. And I'll see if any other growers are interested. At the last few years, I've done some visits where I've visited a lot of the top growers, and they've all cursed me because they haven't had a good season thereafter I've been. So whether that happens or not, I don't know. But I'm sure I'm not putting a curse on anyone. It's lovely to see everybody. We'll see you all the next time. Thanks very much now. Bye-bye.